Regular meeting called to order. Councilmember Clayton?
Here.
Councilmember Kendall?
Here.
Councilmember Werner?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Here.
Mayor Moore?
Here.
Please stand for a silent prayer, a moment of reflection. We will now salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As to compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the following manner. The annual notice was forwarded to the Asbury Park Press, the Coaster, and the Star Ledger on January 2nd, 2015, and posted on the bulletin board the same date. All notices are on file with the city clerk. We now have a proclamation.
I do. The Arbor Day, do I just read this? Okay. Arbor Day Proclamation. In 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas the holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of precious topsoil by wind and water, lower heat and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, provide habitat for wildlife, and whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products, and whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community, and whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. And this is our 13th year as part of the Shade Tree Federation. So in the 9 years that I've been on the Shade Tree Commission, I think we've planted over 2,000 trees in Asbury Park. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
So that's our proclamation.
Next.
May I have a motion to open the public comment portion of the meeting with a 3-minute time limit for each speaker?
Move it. Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Werner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
The public is expected to conduct themselves in a proper manner. Any derogatory, abusive, or threatening statements will not be permitted. The chair will immediately rule such conduct out of order, and after appropriate warning, may terminate any further comments from that speaker.
My name is Bill Stuckey, and I work for Fasano Properties. I wanted to come here tonight to provide some clarification on the information Pat gave the council on Monday. The proposed development of the Dollar Tree store is part of the redevelopment of 75% of Main Street on the north side of Main Street between 4th and 3rd Avenue. We have been working with Dollar Tree for almost a year now to negotiate this lease. It's a complex process. There are economics involved in the revenue from the lease, the costs to develop the property, and the operating expenses in terms of CAM charges. The taxes that Eric Aguiar gave me once the Dollar Tree if the Dollar Tree is built, are about $3 per square foot. The most they pay in any given market is $2 a square foot, and that's at the high end. Eric made us aware of a pilot program, a tax abatement program, and we applied for it. And I wanted to talk very briefly about some of the numbers. If the abandoned Getty gas station is not developed, the municipal portion of the taxes currently on that site over the next 5 years will be $15,000. If we are granted the tax abatement, the municipal portion over the next 5 years will be $53,000 for an increase of $38,000. The term of the lease with Dollar Tree is 22 years. If the Getty gas station is not redeveloped over the next 22 years, the municipal portion of the taxes will be $86,000 over the next 22 years. If we develop the Getty gas station using the pilot program over the first 5 years, the municipal portion of the taxes is $384,000 for a $297,000 increase to the city of Asbury Park. We provided you pictures of the streetscape as it exists, and we provided you with plans for both the Dollar Tree and the development of the mattress store with 4 apartments above it and the rebuilding of the facade. And I think if you compare the street as it exists now to what we're proposing to do, our application for the tax abatement makes sense. And I think that's why the program, the pilot program, is available to developers such as ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can respond to that unless you want to, Joe.
No.
So the only thing I'll say is without the abatement, it's $73,000 in taxes. So with the abatement, it's 53. Without the abatement, it's 73. The abatement's something, Eric gave me those numbers, just for the record. The abatement is also something that you get when you won't build without it. It's my understanding that you guys have been moving towards building this for years. The abatement doesn't prevent you from building it. Getting the abatement, you can still build the dollar store, right? The abatements go for things that don't get built without an abatement.
Should I respond to that? At this time, we have not signed a lease with the Dollar Tree. We have been working on that, I have diligently for the last 6 months.
Okay.
So that is not done, and that is the anchor for this block. It is on, as you know, the corner of Main and 4th. And then we bought lots 5, 6, and 7 to provide parking for that and develop the corner lot, but it all works in conjunction. If the Dollar Tree isn't built, nothing will happen on the corner of 3rd and Main Street.
Well, prior to Eric telling you about the abatement, you were building it.
You know, as I said, there's a balance here, okay? You're trying to work out the numbers that are acceptable to the Dollar Tree, figure out their CAM charges, look at preliminary architectural plans, talk with contractors, find out your costs, see what you can finance. So all of these things, you know, are sort of moving parts to it, and we're not sure at this point that we're going to be able to do this, or that the Dollar Tree will sign the lease with the taxes at that level that they're currently projected to be.
Okay.
So the numbers are the numbers, and Eric had these 3 weeks ago and told me I had them correctly formatted, which I gave to the
Well, all your
council.
numbers were correct. 16,000 now, 53 with the pilot, and 73 without the pilot. And then Eric, and I have to read from my phone for 2 seconds.
You don't- I
because he
believe
and I
you.
texted back and forth.
The numbers are correct.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
numbers are
okay.
the
numbers.
So the only thing to add to that is if this were built last year, and you got, well, you know what, I'd have to read it from my phone, so forget it. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I just wanted to talk about the numbers and make sure, which now I understand, you all have read and understand, and I just wanted to put our best foot forward and try and tell you what we're juggling to try and redevelop this side of Main Street.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm John Frederickson. I'm representing APTV. I want to tell you about 2 new exciting shows that we have. We have the JET program. The JET stands for Junior Entrepreneurial Training Program that was talked about last meeting here. We actually went to Monmouth and watched the kids sell their wares, and it's a great little show you might want to take a look at. And the other is we have a show on the Deal Lake cleanup last weekend. And so these shows you can see on FiOS channel 30, or if you have Cablevision on channel 77. But the other way you can see them is just go to the website, which is asburypark.gov. asburyparktv.org, and you can just, get them on demand, okay? All the people that work for APTV are volunteers, like Hira and Danielle here, and if you want to be a volunteer, you can just go to our website, click on volunteers, and it'll tell you how to go do it, and you can produce your own shows. Thanks.
Hi, Rita Moreno, 8th Avenue. I saw there was a resolution for Don Samuth on there for comp time for $13,000. I mean, I thought Mr. Nuccio said that nobody was going to get paid if they resigned. He resigned. He didn't retire. How do you get $13,000 out of that? He's not supposed to get any comp time, is he? When you resign? That's one of my questions. You can't, I don't understand. You said 2 meetings ago that nobody gets paid comp time. How did that happen?
Are you finished? Do you want the answer now, or?
All right. The other thing I want to say, I've reread the union contract. It doesn't say, again, it's silent. It doesn't say anybody gets any comp time. When did this all start? This is a very dangerous thing. I mean, you know how many hours, I don't have to tell you, 153,000 hours on comp time, and that was of last month. That's got to stop. It's not good. How do you put that in the budget? I'd want to know later where that fits in the budget, all this money that we give out when people resign or retire. The other thing well, you want to answer the question? You did say that...
Why don't you finish, so this way here we don't run up your time?
No, I want to hear the answer first, because then my second question might be...
No. You got 3 minutes, so ask your question, Rita.
What?
Ask your question.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about was what you told me Monday night, to have initiative and referendum on the $2 million that we get from the state. Well, I sort of have a solution for you. I think if you cut down every department 5%, if my numbers are correct, you would get that $2 million, and you'd be off the hook from the MOU, you wouldn't have a monitor, and you'd be free. Huh? It's $2 million, you said, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of that idea? To get off the transitional aid. Wouldn't that be a good thing, to get off of that? And we'd be scot-free. And the other thing is, if you privatize certain departments, we'd get out of civil service, too. So that's another thing you could do. So, I don't know if you like my idea or not. I'd like to hear an answer. That's it.
Okay, Tony, you want to go first?
I'll go first. All right, when you first brought up the issue of comp time, all right, up to that point, no one had gotten paid out on comp time. All right, unfortunately, we found is that in the Fair Labor Standards Act, all right, there is a clause, all right, that individuals, all right, do have to be paid out comp time. All right, this is something coincidentally that actually did come about after, all right, you brought up the issue of comp time. But under the Fair Labor Standards Act, all right, people have to be paid for comp time that's accumulated. All right, up to 240 hours for non-emergency personnel, up to 480 hours for emergency personnel, which would be police and fire.
Well, how come no other town has it? How come we're the only ones? I did 5 towns.
600 hours of comp time, and we're not paying him for that. We have to pay him what federal law says is 240.
You have somebody in the fire department with 800 hours.
Okay. And as far as your budget suggestions, we will look into them.
Yeah, I could give you more information on that.
Okay, thank you. Jerry?
Hello, Council, Mayor, Jerry Scrano, Long Branch. What I wanted to ask is, you guys are going after abandoned property, but got a question is, what about the stalled project, like the condos that are going up behind the church or the old C8 site? There has to be a mechanism to make those people perform, because behind the church, you see the pile of dirt and the nice windows on the building, but that's not going anywhere. And then C8 looks like the old C8 before it got leveled. Okay, I'd like you to answer that. Then, I'm glad we have the time clock, but the clock is ticking away collecting data. I like to know how is it being used, who is monitoring it, and then who's monitoring the monitors that are monitoring it. Because the reason I asked for the time clock was, I wanted not to monitor the hourly workers, I wanted to monitor the department heads, because they come and go as they please and answer to nobody. I think I made the comment, the fox is watching the chicken coop. So I need an answer on that stuff, because if I can't get an answer, then I strongly recommend we return the time clock and get our money back, even if they charge a 15% restocking fee. Okay, the other thing is, I kind of agree, we're going on a temporary budget, but if every department gave up 5%, that would help out a lot, and that's not a lot of money. That's not a lot, 5% from each department. The other thing is, it's not really my question, but I was asking is, when we're going to hire someone to be an assistant city manager, we want to do away with that position, and then how do you put someone in charge who's supposed to be busy in their own department and ask you guys for money? Somehow or another, I think there's a conflict of interest. You really have to get an assistant who's not related to any department, because the bottom line is it creates unfair favoritism for one department over others. Even though you're supposed to be above it, it's hard to be fair. And then the other thing is, in the real world, like in real estate, if you're working in that, you get a listing. They belong to the brokerage. When you leave, you get a different cut. The way I understood the contract that was reviewed, it was ambiguous whether you get paid or not for comp time. But if you're a department head, I think you're at a different level than the hourly people. And if you're a department head, you're a salary person. A long time ago, when I was younger, I would have to be the store manager. I didn't want to be it, but I knew you worked for free. If you want to be the manager and have the title, it goes with different pay salaries or different pay rules. That's all. Can I get some answers, though?
Yes.
I'm going to start the time clock. All right, everybody in this building, all right, punches in, all right, including the city manager. All right, each department head, all right, monitors, all right, the coming and going of their employees. They're going to monitor the time clock when they come in. All right, you should also know is that each department, all right, in each section of the building, all right, even though staff are punching in, all right, everybody also signs in. They sign in, right, at their department, and they sign out as well. All right, that's a housekeeping piece, so we know, all right, where people are. So if we're looking for a particular person, all right, I can look at that sheet and I could say, okay, all right, well, let's just say somebody's looking for me. They could say, all right,
They know you're in the building.
lunch or whatever. I'm out of the building. I sign back in when I come back into the building. So, all right, we do have, all right, a two-pronged system, all right, and it is being monitored.
And who's the monitor?
All right, each department head monitors, all right, their own staff, all right? Those time cards, after they monitor them, then go down to, all right, the personnel department.
Then who's that monitor, though? Is that Mary Kay, or who's the monitor?
Well, Mary Kay would look at them as well, but we would understand and we would expect is that each department head, all right, is going to have the ability and the wherewithal to, all right, monitor their own staff.
No, but we need one person to be in charge of everything.
Well, you know, then they can send it up to the city manager's office, and when I have nothing to do, I'll monitor Jerry.
No, I'm not saying you, I'm saying someone has to be the monitor. Okay, next question, I'm sorry. The other questions I have?
I can answer the abandoned property. So the way that ordinance is structured is, I think they needed to be habitable, or they needed to be ready for somebody to be living there. So something that was started and never was finished doesn't fall under that ordinance, which is not just ours, it comes from the state. So there was a question, I think actually John raised it the first time it was introduced, can we do that for like that's brown to the C8? And the answer was, there may be a mechanism out there for
Completion?
I wrote it down, I forget what it was, but there may be a mechanism out there, but it's not this. This is a different mechanism. This is for homes and buildings that were once occupied and are no longer.
Oh, no, I was just saying, if you had one, why not make it include something else too? Because that building been sitting empty for 3 years at least.
Sure, it just doesn't fit in the same class legally.
Okay, and then, what about you guys are gonna talk about the cutting the departments down a little bit? Just shave off 5% maybe to save some money?
We're going to look at the budget. What we're adopting is still a temporary budget because we do not know how much state aid we're getting, so it's still a temporary budget. No matter what is adopted tonight, it's the same one that was passed 2 weeks ago, is the same one that was advertised in the Coaster, same one that was up on the website, and it's a temporary budget. If we lose a lot of transitional aid, obviously cuts are going to have to be made. But so, yes, the budget will be looked at.
Well, what about doing it before we lose the transitional aid?
Well, the budget will be looked at.
Okay, thanks a lot, John. I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Motion to adjourn public?
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are on to item F, consent agenda resolutions. All matters listed on the consent agenda are presented collectively to the City Council and will be considered for approval with one vote. These matters are considered to be routine in nature. There will be no individual discussion of these items. If discussion is desired by one or more council members as to any particular item, then said item shall be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. We have 2015-157 is approving special events, wedding applications as presented on April 20th, 2015. 2015-158, approving a catering permit for DB Ventures, doing business as Johnny Mac's for an event on May 30th, 2015. 2015-159, resolution approving a raffle license for Maya Lynn Terry Foundation for an event on June 20th, 2015. 2015-160, a resolution approving a raffle license for Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation for an event on December 5th, 2015. 2015-161, a resolution approving a raffle license for Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation for an event on July 18th, 2015.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Question, yeah. In the new package, whatever, the one special event was removed, right?
Yes.
There's an updated resolution 2015-157 that has removed that item.
Okay, thank you.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
We have Resolution 2015-132, authorizing appointments to the Parking Advisory Committee.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes, yes, but before you go on to the next one, I thought 132 was for other appointments also? No?
That one was a placeholder that had been on our agenda for a number of meetings and hadn't been used. And when at Monday evening's meeting, Deputy Mayor Quinn indicated that she was ready to move forward and make recommendations to the full council for members to be appointed to this committee, we renamed that resolution because it was a generic appointments to boards, commissions, and committees if needed. And since that was the one that was being proposed, we used that number for appointments to the parking committee.
Okay, so can we make up a new number? Because I said I wanted to reappoint Donna Tropoli to the Housing Authority.
Absolutely. At council's discretion, we can ascribe it a new number and
Okay.
move forward with that. It's a council appointment, because I know you've already made your mayoral appointment.
That is the mayoral appointment.
No, we don't need a resolution then.
Okay, that's the mayoral appointment, and the only reason her term expires April 27th, so it's just extending her term.
Correct. So there's no formal resolution of council necessary since it's an appointment to be made by statute by the mayor, as long as you announce it.
Okay, Donna
record.
Tropoli is reappointed as the mayor's appointment to the Housing Authority, and then I have another one, and this is, I apologize for this, I should have given you a heads up. About a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, Frank Syphex was removed from the Housing Authority because he hadn't finished one course because there was a lack of communication between him and the Housing Authority. And as per state and federal law, if you're in the Housing Authority, you have to do 6 courses within 18 months. He is scheduled to take his course next week, and he's going to pass this course. So can I make a resolution? I'll let you. We'd like to reappoint him, which we all said a month and a half ago, as soon as he passes his course. We'd like to reappoint him tonight effective May 1st so he can make the May Housing Authority meeting contingent upon him passing the course and meeting all HUD guidelines. If not, we can't appoint him to May 13th and he misses the May Housing Authority meeting, and they're shorthanded. So,
You can, and just repeat that. Is the course, the results of the course going to be known before the May 1st meeting?
yeah, the course, he knows when he walks out the door. And he would have to be certified by the city clerk and take the papers to the Asbury Park Housing Authority. And so I would like to make that motion.
So that would be resolution number 2015-181.
Okay, and I apologize for that, I should have given you a heads up. So that would be to appoint Frank Syphex back to the Housing Authority after he completes and passes his course effective May 1.
Second. And then just, there's still a spot open, is that correct?
And there's still a
Beyond that.
spot open, and the Housing Authority has 7 people on it, so Frank would be the 6th. And if 5 people show up, and it's a 3-2 vote, the motion fails. You need 4 positive votes on anything. So it's important that we fill these positions as quick as possible. So this would put Donna back on for number 5, Frank back on for number 6. And at the next meeting, we've asked for applications from anybody in the audience. It's been up on Facebook, it's been on Nextdoor, it's on the website. So anybody interested in the Housing Authority can apply. And we'll be making the 7th and final appointment at the May 13th meeting. If that's good with everybody? Okay.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
We're on to 2015-135, authorizing the City of Asbury Park to enter into a settlement agreement with New Versailles Urban Renewal Entity LLC regarding the pilot payments associated with the property located at 601 Madison Avenue, Post Building.
And then before you move that and second it, I'd just like to clarify that this relates to the unsold residential units at that property, which are separate from the non-residential units at that property.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2015-162, a resolution authorizing the payment of bills in the amount of $669,775.89.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes, except Bill number 5-01-230-220-000-209, which I have to abstain on.
Resolution number 2015-163, a resolution authorizing the payment of payroll in the amount of $851,355.03.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Councilmember Warner.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2015-164, a resolution authorizing compensation payment to Donald Samet upon his separation of employment.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Councilmember Warner.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2015-165, a resolution, I'm sorry, this resolution is being tabled.
Why is that being tabled?
We are on to Resolution 2015-166, a resolution authorizing the purchase of a 2014 John...
Melody, hold on
Okay.
1 second. Why are we tabling the beach utility vehicle?
We're going to have to table that one.
Yeah,
Ricky.
Why?
Ricky's got it.
Garrett Goverson came and saw me today and had a revised quote with a different state contract of the vehicle that he wanted. So this is getting pulled and we'll put it off for the next meeting.
Okay, we're on to Resolution number 2015-166, a resolution authorizing the purchase of a 2014 John Deere 410K backhoe loader for the Public Works Department.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Hold on, question. Did anybody?
Yes.
What?
It's new.
New, not a demo, no hours on it. It's a
My
2014.
understanding, it's a 2014, it's new. It's not a demo, not used.
When it's delivered, I'm going to go down there and look at the hours.
This is what I'm told.
Okay.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2015-167, resolution amending temporary appropriations for 2015.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
On to resolution number 2015-168, a resolution authorizing the issuance of a not-to-exceed $7 million tax anticipation notes of 2015 of the City of Asbury Park in the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
7 million, right?
7
It
million.
says 7 million.
Okay. Yes.
Resolution number 2015-169, a resolution authorizing the use of the Asbury Park Zone Assistance Funds to produce the 2014 Asbury Park Visitors Guide.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Question, 2014 or 2015?
15.
2015.
2014.
It should say 15. I hope.
It says what?
It's updated.
Okay. A resolution authorizing the use of Asbury Park Zone Assistance Funds to produce the 2015 Asbury Park Visitors Guide.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2015-170 is being tabled.
I would recommend you take a vote to table that to the next meeting, which would be May 13th.
Okay.
I
Move to table.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
On to Resolution 2015-171, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Asbury Park acting as the waterfront redevelopment entity approving and authorizing an escrow agreement with Asbury Lanes LLC regarding the proposed outside area adjacent to Asbury Lanes.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
On to resolution number 2015-172, A resolution to authorize the fire department to accept a training grant from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, and the Department of Homeland Security, DHS.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution number 2015-173, authorizing the execution of a use and license agreement with the Skate and Surf Festival LLC and related documents concerning a live music festival to be held in a designated portion of the Asbury Park waterfront redevelopment area, the waterfront area from May 16, 2015 through May 17, 2015, and authorizing the issuance of a special events permit in connection therewith.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Councilmember Warner.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
We're on to resolution number 2015-174, a resolution appointing a municipal clerk for the city of Asbury Park, Cindy A. Dye, a registered municipal clerk, and a certified municipal registrar.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
No.
Councilmember Warner.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
We are on to Resolution 2015-175, authorizing the settlement of a workers' compensation claim captioned Max LaCroix versus City of Asbury Park.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Councilmember Warner.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
I was advised by council I have to abstain.
You want a motion to table this?
Yes. Well, no. The next one is 176, payment to Douglas Schultz. Do we have any?
No.
Wait a minute. A resolution, wait a minute, I'm lost. Okay.
All right.
Okay, 2015-176, a resolution extending the payment of a stipend to Douglas Schultz for temporary assuming additional responsibilities within the Department of Social Services.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
On to Resolution 2015-177, motion to table this.
Move to table.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
To Resolution 2015-178, is there a motion to table?
Motion to table.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2015-179, authorizing the extension of an agreement with IFPTE Local 196, Chapter 5.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
2, Resolution 2015-180, authorizing approval to submit a grant application and execute a grant contract with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for the year 2013 various road projects.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Councilmember Warner.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
We're on to item H, the 2015 municipal budget. Motion to open the public hearing.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Councilmember Warner.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Tonight, we are here for the public hearing on the budget that was introduced on March 11, 2015. The budget's been up on the website for approximately 28 days. On sheet 2 of the budget, it indicated that the public hearing would be held tonight, and that the budget was duly advertised in the Coaster on April 9th. I'd just like to go over a few of the highlights in the budget. The transitional aid that's anticipated in the budget is $1,955,000, which is 85% of the 2014 award of $2,003,000, and that's the max that we could have put into this budget. The total budget is up by $1.2 million. Tax levy is up by $445,000. The increases on our appropriations side consist of engineering, other expenses of $230,000 due to hiring the outside firm. Group insurance is up $500,000. Public safety is up almost $600,000. And we dropped debt service by $130,000. Our outstanding debt at December 31st consisted of $16 million in gross debt for our operating purposes, and that equates to $15,594,000 on net debt for 1.392%. We're allowed 3.5%, so we're well under the cap on what we're authorized for our debt limitations. At this point, I would venture for any questions, or we can open up to the public for questions from them.
This isn't a final budget because we still have to wait for...
We have to wait for the final number for transitional aid, at which point, depending on what that level is, we would have to make whatever adjustments are necessary.
Accordingly.
That's
Okay.
correct. We're just here for the public hearing. Nothing, no formal action will be taken at all tonight.
Anybody from the public like to be heard? Motion to close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's quick.
Thank you.
Okay, we're on to item I, ordinances, first reading, introduction. We have ordinance 2015-19, establishing a restricted parking space for use by handicapped persons along Lake Avenue in the city of Asbury Park, and amending and supplementing section 7-36 entitled Handicap Parking of Chapter 7 of the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Asbury Park. And a public hearing date would be May 27th.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
We have ordinance 2015-20, an ordinance establishing a 15-minute time limit for a single parking space along Summerfield Avenue in the city of Asbury Park, New Jersey, and amending and supplementing the revised general ordinances of the city of Asbury Park accordingly, with a public hearing date set for May 27th.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Motion to enter into a public hearing on ordinance 2015-10, an ordinance governing the maintenance of vacant properties in the city of Asbury Park, establishing registration requirements and levying a registration fee on owners of vacant properties, and amending and supplementing Chapter 13 entitled Property Maintenance of the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Asbury Park.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Motion to adjourn public?
Does anybody wish to be heard?
No, but I have one question that came up Monday.
Well, you have to close the public hearing on it, and then council will move it for adoption, and there'll be time for discussion.
Okay.
Motion to close.
Close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adopt the ordinance.
Move it. Make a move.
Second.
Councilmember?
Question.
Discussion.
Okay.
we discovered again Monday night that number 8 has the wrong wording, so the one I have tonight also has the wrong wording. It says shall, well, on all mine it's not been changed.
It's subsequently been corrected.
Okay, so
It's now may rather than shall.
it's no longer shall, it's may. Okay. That was my only question. Thank you.
And the other questions we addressed, just so the public knows, questions that were raised last time related to rental properties, which don't fall under this, because they are inhabitable for part of the year. And the other piece was just the difference between extensions for a year versus potentially longer extensions for developers. And the thinking behind it was the homeowner's got one solitary property as opposed to a developer has more complex properties potentially. So it's at the discretion of the council and the code officer to make that decision.
Thank you.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Into ordinance 2015-12, motion to amend and reintroduce with a public hearing date of May 13.
So moved.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
We are on to ordinance 2015-30. Is there a motion to table?
Move to table.
2015-13.
Move to table.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Warner?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
God, it's like my birthday.
Wow.